Chapter 6. Booster Seats. Use a booster seat only when your child has outgrown the height or weight limit of the forward-facing car seat. Don't be tempted to put your child into a booster seat when they aren't tall enough to fit it well. Use the booster seat until the seat belt fits your child correctly around age 12. Seat belts are made to fit people who are at least 148 centimetres tall. A booster seat lifts your child up so that the seat belt fits correctly. Mr. John Ferguson is an orthopaedic surgeon at Starship Children's Hospital. He tells us why children need booster seats.
This crash simulation shows what happens to a small child that's been restrained in an adult-sized seatbelt. They're better off belted in than not belted in, but the seatbelt doesn't fit, and during the crash the child moves more than they should. This increases the risk of severe head injuries, of injuries to the abdominal organs, of spinal fractures, and of paralysis from damage to the spinal cord. For children aged 4 to 12, a booster seat prevents all of these injuries.
Booster seat lifts the child so that the shoulder belt fits properly across the chest, and the adult-size lap belt fits properly across the strong bones of the pelvis, which can absorb the crash forces.
By doing this, in the same kind of crash, you can have an uninjured child instead of a severely injured or perhaps even paralysed child.
Let's see an example of how to install a booster seat. First, read your booster seat instruction booklet for all the steps you need to take to install your child's booster seat. The back seat is the safest place to install your child's booster seat. Use a high-backed booster seat if your car does not have adjustable head restraints or high seat backs. It protects your child's head and neck. If your car has adjustable head restraints or a high seat back, you can choose a no-back booster seat, though a booster seat with a back is preferable. Booster seats don't use harness straps. They use the car seat belt to hold your child and the booster seat in place in a crash or a sudden stop. You must use your booster seat with the lap and shoulder belt. You cannot use the booster seat with the lap belt only. Place the booster seat in the back seat. Buckle your child in using the car's lap and shoulder belt. If there is a seat belt slot guide on the booster seat, check the car seat instruction booklet for how to use it. When your child is not riding in the booster seat, buckle the seat to the car like this, so that in a crash it doesn't hit anyone inside the car. Some booster seats use tether straps or a UAS or latch to hold the booster seat into the car. Some have additional safety features such as anti-submarine clips. Look in the booster seat instruction booklet to find out how to install and use your booster seat properly. From November 1st, 2013, New Zealand law requires that as a driver, you must make sure every child is properly restrained by an improved child restraint until their 7th birthday. It is also generally accepted that children under the height of 148 centimetres, which includes many primary school age children, should be seated in an appropriate child restraint, including a booster seat. Check the New Zealand Transport Agency website for further information about your responsibilities as the driver under the law. Teach your child how important it is for big kids to ride in the booster seat. It is much easier to see out the window and makes riding in the car more comfortable and safe.